Good evening, everybody. The first question that we have is, what do you usually say when someone says thank you? I normally say you're welcome or my pleasure. Um, it definitely does depend on the context and who I am speaking to. If I'm at work, it's probably my pleasure. If I'm speaking with friends, it'll probably be like, oh, you're good, don't mention it. If I'm speaking to family, Um, normally I don't even respond or I say you're welcome. The reason I say I don't respond is because my mom always gets on me about that. Nothing I never really noticed until she started harping on me about it though. The second question is, what do you think of the following replies? The first one is, thank you anytime. I have said that a bunch of times. I feel like it's really professional because you're acknowledging that and then you're saying anytime, like, I don't mind doing this again for you. And yeah, I like that one. The next one is glad I could help. Absolutely love that one because um, it kind of just it seems like that person went a step forward of what you asked them to do. Glad I could help. That's like definitely one I would use in the near future or more. The next one is you're most welcome. I never really heard that one used, nor do I use it, but I think it's too a mouthful. Like even though there's three words, but just saying you're most welcome instead of just saying you're welcome, I feel like it's just too much. I would never do it. Um, my next one is don't mention it. That is my favorite one. Yeah, just don't mention it. Oh, you're good. Like yeah, that's one. That one's definitely my favorite. Um, forget about it. I wouldn't use it because it can be taken the wrong way. So that's not one I would plan on using. The next one is much bleach. Um, yeah, never heard it used, never used it, and yeah, no really, not really opinion on that one. And then the third question is, why do Chick-fil-A employees say my pleasure? I feel like they say my pleasure because one is more polite. Two, when you say no problem, it kind of makes it seem like it's a problem. I learned that, especially speaking to like the older group and elders, like when they ask you a question, you kind of make it seem like, oh, it was a problem to begin with, which it wasn't because as the 90 babies and the 2000 babies, that's what we grew up on, no problem. But yeah, it's more so of a professional setting. So I think that's why they do it. It sounds better too. The next question is why do French people, I'm sorry, how do French people reply when someone says mercy? They basically, I can't uh, say it, but um, it translates over to basically no problem or it's nothing. So kind of the same, especially with my experience in Paris. It's kind of goes to like, oh, like it's yeah, it's kind of sluggish. Like, yeah, they're really sluggish. Like, if you ever went to India, like they'll bow different things, so it's real different. I always call like French people, like people say they're very rude, and I kind of get the sense of that. I've been to Paris twice now. um and then the fifth question is, how are Americans and French attitudes different regarding responses to someone giving thanks, and what ways are they similar? um as far as different, I feel like French people are, like I said, kind of sluggish, and Americans, um, we just put a little, oh, no problem, or thanks, you're so welcome, and like we give hugs, and when depends on the person you're talking to, of course, but like myself, if someone, oh, thank you so much, you're so amazing, I'm like, oh, my pleasure, give me a hug, just to, I don't know why I do that actually, you guys, but I don't know. I guess maybe it's just a me thing. I have no idea. Um, and the ways that they are similar, I would say they're similar because we both kind of in both cultures we use the no problem thing, which I've yeah, I've experienced that in French. Like I don't think they said no problem because they don't really speak English over there. It was so hard to understand everything, but um, Like I've seen some of them just nod and just walk away. So like we do that here. Like if you ask for directions, somebody and they say and just kind of walk away. So I think that's kind of how we're similar.